Morning everybody, Havana here. I'm out on the Croon Trail of the Withlacoochee Forest Sea Loop. 3 reasons for coming out today. One is because I wanted to hike. 2 is I'm doing a tryout on my new backpack. I'll explain that later at the end of the video back when I get my room and kind of show everybody it. It's a Z-Pax Arc Haul. Only weighs about 23 ounces with some accessories I added onto it. About 18 pounds today, which is probably what I'll be on my first section of the AT in May that I'm doing. Third reason is it is supposed to rain. And I wanted to check out the waterproofness of this pack. It's not really waterproof, it's water resistant, but I have my water mitigation stuff in my bag. I'll explain that later. Probably one of the few times I've ever hiked and wished it would rain, and it's not raining yet. It keeps threatening it, but it's not. Go figure. Figure in a couple months, I'll be wishing it wasn't raining when it is. So I'll just get some videos as long as I can until it starts raining. Everyone have a good day. Well, I got rained on. Trying to make this quick as it starts again. It's a little light drizzle right now. I am soaked as the ground is. Well, it's actually a good rain, much like it does rains on the Appalachian Trail. That light to medium, straight down rain, no wind or anything like that. I'm definitely drenched. People are probably asking or wondering, well, why didn't you wear rain gear? Good question. I do have rain gear. It's in my pack, or not in my pack, on the outside of my pack. But when I started hiking before it rained, it was about, make this quick, it's raining. It was about 72 degrees. All right, I'm gonna stop this and I'll come back. Okay, we can try this again. Looks like the rain stopped for a little while, at least I hope. So I believe, before the rain delay, I was talking about rain gear. I did bring it, say it's in the back of my pack. It's about 72 degrees, a little humid when I start, which really isn't bad weather, but you know, once you're out walking, your body heat generates. And that's the thing with rain gear, especially rain jackets. If it's not fairly cold outside or chilly, it just becomes a sweat box. And it's miserable. It's like, what's being better, wet or sweating your butt off? So that's why I chose not to wear it. Now the clothes I hike in are Columbia SPG, or basically people use for fishing and stuff. And they dry pretty quick. I've been soaked before, and within 2 hours, they're pretty much dry. Today, that's not gonna happen, because I only probably have about 2.5 miles left. I'll be back at my truck, which is a learning moment for me and maybe a teaching moment for y'all watching. If you're gonna go hiking in the rain, sometimes it's enjoyable, but you gotta drive home. You might want to think about having something to drive home in that's dry, because guess who didn't think about that? So I'm being soaked to the bone. I have to climb in and drive home wet, about an hour drive, so that's gonna be interesting. So sometimes you forget stuff. Is what it is. Well, how about enjoy some of the trail with me? Well, made it out. It's been about 45 minutes from my last video. I'm actually almost completely dry. Shirt's just slightly damp. Pants are slightly damp. My trail runners are almost totally dry. The only thing that's still wet is my socks. So, time to drive home and see if everything back in there stayed dry. Well, made it home, so let's see how the pack did. So this is my new Z-Packs Arctic Blast, or excuse me, Arctic Haul, a little bigger than the Blast, 62 liter. So as far as everything on the outside I did is, I don't care if it gets wet, doesn't really matter. So here's my fuel stove, my stove and the fuel and the side pocket. The rain gear, it's a little wet, obviously. A little sit pad, and I just threw some stuff in here for to test it out to get a rough weight what it was going to be, and one of my water filters. On the outside I have a Gatorade bottle and some Smart water bottles. My total weight was about 18 pounds, which was actually pretty good, equivalent of about 2-3 days worth of food compared to my other backpacks up here that I use. I usually be about 26 pounds. This thing right here weighs, with a couple modifications I did, 23 ounces. This is 5.5 pounds. This is just over 5 pounds. So I'm saving myself a lot of weight. All right, let's check the inside. So it has a roll top. It's a Cuban fiber fabric, whatever that is. Let's open the Velcro. All right. So everything looks dry inside. Just some stuff I threw in here. Food bag. This is obviously waterproof also, but in there it's totally dry. Electronics bag, power bank, cords, things like that. Tent, totally dry. Clothes bag. This is also a dry bag. The clothes I'm going to sleep in, hang around camp, things like that. You obviously want those dry. Sleeping pad. And the one you don't want to get wet because it will possibly save your life. And there is this is a 50 degree hammock gear quilt. I have a 20 and a 10 degree. I have the 20 off right now, getting a couple ounces of down put in it. And I talked about mitigation factors. What I put in this is called a Nyloflume bag. It just looks like a garbage bag. They do make pack covers you can put on your pack, but water still finds a way to get in. Z-Packs does make an insert that you can get a little over an ounce. It costs like 30 bucks. This is $2, thicker than a trash bag. And the bottom of it is actually a little bit damp, a little bit wet. So water does get in there, but it protected everything else in there. So everything I don't want to get wet goes in here, and it itself is in a dry bag, so it's like triple protection. So there it is. I'll say my first impression hiking with this pack was pretty nice. 18 pounds, I hardly knew it was there. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.